Greetings, punks, goths, metalheads, herberts, herbetters, Martians and subterranean folk. How you all doing? My name's John and this is the Health Anarchist channel. Well, I'm pleased to be outdoors today and I'm making the best of it because reading the weather forecast, we've got rain predicted for 7 to 10 days and it's predicted as a wall of rain for the UK. Now, hopefully it's not going to be as bad as that and I doubt it is, but today was forecast dry, so I thought I'd get out today and, you know, if the weather's iffy for the next week or so, at least I've had a chance to get out on a decent walk when it's dry. So today I'm out locally and I'm on one of my favourite little walks, which is near me, and it's Wild Bank Hill going on to Hobson Moor. Now, there is another point of interest today which I wanted to walk to, and I wanted to bring you guys and show you and see what you guys think of this when we get there. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy the open space and the peace and the tranquility here and get some quality chill out time. So the outdoors walking videos, they're the bread and butter of this channel. They're the main thing that I do, and I do like to promote that and I do push it a lot because it is so beneficial for your health and it's such an easy thing that most people can do. And, you know, basically you just need a coat and for bad weather and a pair of shoes and off you can go. So on this channel I will always promote getting outdoors, walking for physical health and for mental health because it's been so beneficial for me and tens of thousands of other people. You know, you have to try hard to get through to people because amazingly where I live you've got miles and miles of open countryside and hills, and to be honest with you, about 2/3 of the people that I've spoken to in the area where I live, I said, have you ever been up on the hills and the moors? And about 2/3 of them say no, which to me it's just crazy, but just the way it is these days. So, you know, I'm never going to tire of try to get people outdoors and inspire them to do a bit of walking. So I think what it is I think people just get very set in the ways and patterns and, you know, they never get round to breaking out of those patterns and trying something new. So a lot of the time when people are feeling depressed and anxious, the worst thing you can do is stay indoors 24/7 all week in, month out. Now, that being said, when anxiety is really severe, you may find it too difficult to leave the house. But maybe when you're feeling just a bit better and, you know, well enough to go out and do your shopping or whatever, maybe plan a little walk for a local park or something on your way back, and you'll feel the benefit of it. So also on the physical side, it's really healthy to get out walking. It's great for your heart, you know, it's great for your lungs, and it's great for your muscles. And for me, I lost 3 stone in a year and reversed diabetes. Well, diabetes type 2, I reversed it through losing 3 stone in a year. So, you know, there's a lot to be said for walking physically as well. So if you think about it, human beings were part of the ape family. We're just animals really, and we were designed to go out walking and using our legs every day. So it's only natural to do so, and try and fit some walking into your weekly regime. Admittedly, I am enthusiastic about walking, and I'm enthusiastic about a lot of things that I'm interested in, and it's just the way I live life. And I feel like when I'm living life enthusiastically about my interests, I'm living life to the full, rather than living it sort of tepid, lukewarm, if that makes sense. But to be really real with you guys, I wasn't always so enthusiastic about walking. When I was really out of shape and I got diagnosed diabetes type 2, and I first started walking to exercise and lose weight, I hated it. It was a massive effort, but if you persist with things like I did, after a while I grew to absolutely love getting out walking and exercise, because not only was it doing my body a great deal of good, mentally it was a massive uplifting power for me to be getting outdoors in nature, and it was so uplifting. So I was just chatting to a couple of local people, and it's always nice to see local people who enjoy these beautiful spaces we've got, and just making the most of, you know, your natural environment. And after saying 2/3 of the people don't come up here, I was chatting to him and his son about that, and they was agreeing. But you know, he said he was taking his son out for years. So same with my daughter. I brought my daughter out in these sort of places from when she was very little. Also nice that they weren't frightened of talking to the weirdo goth cowboy on the moors. I suppose the hat is a bit off-putting if you don't get the joke, but yeah. So I'm also trying out these new wireless microphones today. Hopefully they're picking up all right, and I don't have to redo the whole video again. But I did check before and it was okay. I've also got a slight upgrade in my camera, so the picture should be a bit nicer now as well for you guys. It is quite windy up here on the moor top at the moment. Now I had to make homemade windshields for these wireless mics that I've got, because they were a weird shape and none of the standard shop bought ones would fit. So hopefully these windshields are working too. They were pretty simple to make. So I'm not far off the summit of the hill now, so as soon as I get there I'm going to come off this hilltop in this direction and hopefully get out of the wind. Right, we're just coming up to Wild Bank Trig Point now. So when I get here, we'll have a quick scan of the surroundings. There we go. We've got a beautiful moody sky today. Now if I spin round here, that's where I've just come from. Now if we pan round here, should be able to see Manchester city centre in the far distance. On a clear day you can see the Welsh Hills. I can just about see them with my eye, but they're very faded. I don't think I'll pick up on camera. And I can see the Warrington power station chimneys in the far distance, so the Welsh Hills are beyond those. I doubt you guys can make them out though. And Manchester, then we've sort of got like Bolton, Rochdale areas on over this way. Now if I spin you guys around here, over that way in the far distance, sort of mid-far distance, is Buckton Castle and Brushes Valley above the reservoirs. I do want to get over this direction now. There is some cows in the field, which I don't usually see. I think they're actually fenced in a different field than where I'm going. But you have to watch them with calves. Just be very careful with them. So I'm just out of the more direct wind that I was in, walking along the spine of that hill. And I think it's going to be a bit hit and miss with the wind. But I'd rather be stuck on a hilltop in the wind and rain even than stuck in at home all week. I can't think of anything more boring and depressing. So with me testing this new wireless mic today, as long as the sound works and everything, I'd say it's a big success. It makes it so much easier just recording when you're dealing with obstacles like stiles, gates, and you've not got a wire trailing about. I was a bit late to the party with wireless microphones, but I'm on a shoestring budget. So there's an incredible amount of stresses and pressures in modern day living. So a motto of mine, it's a really simple but effective one, is time in nature for time off stress. And basically That's saying, you know, if you've got a really busy week and you've got a lot of pressures, take some time in nature, even if it's half an hour or an hour, even better, you know, or ultimately a few hours. And it can make such a difference in reducing stress. I'm not saying it's going to cure it, but it can reduce it down to much more livable, manageable levels. So remember that one, guys. Time in nature for time off stress. So another great thing about getting outdoors walking is the physical exercise creates endorphins in your body, and those endorphins are chemicals which help you feel good and feel better. So, you know, it's a no-brainer really, isn't it? For a lot of people, it's just getting outside of that cycle and that habit of doing the same thing, and, you know, not having time for getting outdoors walking in nature. So being an alternative person myself, I like to break the old cliches of that it's just sex, drugs and rock and roll. It's not. And some people may think that, you know, walking outdoors in nature is not rock and roll, but I can tell you it's one of the most rock and roll things you can do, going back to the Stone Age. And, you know, what's more gothic than walking in derelict barren moors? It kind of has like a dark romance to it, I think. Well, that's what I kid myself with anyway. Right, it's incredibly quiet on this moor now. It's must be one of these little spots that are just out of the wind, but yeah, I love the silence of this place. Some people don't like silence, they like to fill their lives with noise. It's either, you know, always talking to someone, on the phone to someone, or having the radio or music or TV on, because they don't like, you know, the silence and being left with their own thoughts. But, you know, for me, it's essential to be left with my own thoughts, you know, and places like this where just in total silence, it is so soothing for me and for a lot of other people, and just a very comforting thing, you know, because I suppose it's unnatural, a lot of the noise we get in the towns and cities. Now anyway, today, as I said earlier on, there is a reason I'm coming here today, and wanted to visit a place, and I wanted to bring you guys along with me and see what you think. Now, I have looked at this place once before, but thinking about it, I'm just thinking, would it be a good site for wild camping? I mean, I'm not an expert on wild camping. Some of you guys will have more experience than me, but this place, I only spotted it on Google Maps, so you can only really see it from above. And it's about 50 yards off the main track, and it's totally hidden because it's like in a donut depression. So once you're in it, you can't be seen from the main track, and from the main track, you wouldn't know it was there. So not far from it now anyway. Now, this is the place I wanted to show you. It's some kind of structure, obviously, and it went right round this depression. Now, you're totally hidden here off the main track. So I'm just wondering if this would be a good place for stealth camping. Now, maybe you could set a tarp up against something. There's a few tie points. What I was thinking, maybe you could have a tarp up with ropes fixed into the wall, or maybe with it just being in a depression, you could have some sort of low bivvy or something, and you'd be hidden from the main track. And you've got beautiful views all around here. Even if you didn't set a tarp up, you could have like a low tent or a bivvy in this depression, and you'd still be hidden from the main track. Anyway, I've had a sit down and a chill here for half an hour. I've had a drink and a snack, and just enjoying the quietness of being outdoors, and away from all the craziness in the town. So yeah, I'm going to get back going in a minute. Right, I'm going to make my way down off the moor now. Not too far from my way down, so let's get there. So what we're looking for now is a big tall ladder style, and when we get to that I'll know where we are for getting down. Right, I know where we are now. Here's the ladder style that I was talking about. Hello. That's so cute. They both run up to me. They've got to be the cutest lambs I've ever seen. Hello. So I don't eat meat, folks. Never have done since I was a kid. We're all entitled to choose what we want in our diets, and for me, I've chose to be meat free since I was a kid. And that, then, what you just saw, that's one of the reasons why I don't eat meat. It's got to find your own path, what's right for you. So today's walk, it's an afternoon walk. I've just nipped out in the afternoon, so by the time I've finished, I'll have done about 6 miles, which, you know, it's not bad, 6 miles. It's not like a massive all-day hike, but better than naught. Right, I'm off the moors as such now. I'm out of the fields. I'm going along a little old road. It's more like a track at this point than a road, but there you go. Just plain sailing from here. We do go past some interesting historical old houses, well, cottages, so I'll show you those, but yeah. So this is kind of one of these little hidden old roads at the back of Tameside. Eggs is £3 per dozen. Right, I've just had to plug in the second mic. The first one was running out of power. I guess I've been running it for about 2 hours, so I got a 2-pack of these mics for that very reason. You know, that I've got a backup if I run out of juice on the first one. So hopefully, you know, the sound will be all right on them, but I shall soon see. So as you can see, we do come across some lovely old historic buildings in this area. I mean, there's a lot of very old buildings around here. So we're on another kind of dirt road track at the moment. I think it was cobbled at one point, but it's not in great shape now. You can see by the huge puddles. You can easily get round this one though. So just going past one of the many farms in this area. Ready to burn Joe's logs. barn dried firewood. Now I did see it in the barn stacked up, so just walking along this road now for about another mile and it'll bring me to the walk's end. So I hope you guys enjoyed coming along on this little walk today. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care now. Bye.